That shot was so good. From here on out, the Undertaker is staying in the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking on the very wooded Catalpa disc golf course in Richmond, Kentucky. We might be setting a new personal record today here on the channel of tree hits, so make sure you sit back, relax, stay for a while, and let's go toss some plastic. And we've made it to hole 1 of Catalpa in Richmond, Kentucky, and it starts off with a very difficult 360-foot dead straight tunnel shot, slightly uphill. We are going to start off with our champion arc. I am very excited to get this round going. Get through. And that's tree hit number 1. We might even have a tree hit counter put up on the screen. I think this is going to be a long day. At least we ended up in the fairway. We've left ourselves 138 feet. We are gonna go with our tossing plastic envy. Settle. Oh, nice little run. For the 3. Hole 2, 330 feet, very tricky hole. You have to go with a big hyzer shot. We are gonna go with the Halo Boss. If you try to take the up the middle route, as you can see, there is a tree here that has been hit at least 10,000 times. And guys, these first 2 holes play on a huge hill. You could legitimately get a 300-foot rollaway, so hopefully we can avoid that. Get through. Well, we did hit a tree down there at the end, but we got plenty far enough for me. We do have a birdie putt here. It would be really nice if we could knock this one down, get one on the board early, probably about 45 feet uphill. Come on. Oh, no. Okay, it stopped. We're okay with that. For the 3. Hole 3, 230 foot, slight hyzer shot, quite a bit uphill. This one definitely feels like a musket. We are gonna go with our champion Rhino. We did catch a tree, but we broke that branch right off. We're helping out the next one. Really nice drive. Is it just me, or do you guys also feel like a superhero when you throw your tee shot and you hit a branch and you break it off the tree, so now there's one less obstacle in that fairway? It's always one of the best feelings, and I'm not saying like make a documentary about me, but you could. You know what I mean? You could make one. Hole 4, this is another tricky one. 280 feet, quite a bit downhill. You need to get a lot of turn off your tee shot, but you need it to fight back to the left. I am gonna go with a nice and soft Kotuku. Oh, that's not good, I don't think. I didn't hear a tree, so it might not be terrible. Well, this is what I was afraid of. We are about 80 feet deep. I think this hole would get more exciting each time you play it. If I played it again, I would definitely go with my scepter, but hopefully we can knock this long one down and get some momentum going. Oh, not great at all. For the par. Hole 5, another blind one, 350 feet. It looks like it's mostly dead straight. We're gonna try to get a nice flip up with our orc and then go from there. Hides are out. All right, we caught about 3 trees up there. I can already tell this is going to be one of the most difficult blind playthrough courses that we've ever had here on the channel. We still have probably 120 feet. I think we're going to have a lot of these today, so hopefully we can knock one down. I'm going to go with a little flick shot with the hex. Oh, really nice shot. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just realized that the rangefinder was missing. And I just had to run all the way back to hole 1. And let me tell you, this course is not flat. For the 3. Hole 6, 290 feet. You can go with this very tricky up the gut, slight anti-route that would put the water in play for the first time, because you could easily kick off a tree into the lake, or you can go with a really wide anti-shot to play it safe. So naturally, we are gonna take the hex and send it right up the gut. Oh, be so good. Oh my goodness. That was such a good throw. We did catch a tree somewhere up there. Let's go see what we got. I'm still very happy with this tee shot. We've left ourselves probably a 35-footer slightly downhill for the 2, but I would have loved to just hit that fairway clean. Come on. I think I officially have a case of tree madness. I think I set myself up for it from the very beginning, and if you know, you know. Once you start hitting them, you feel like you can't go a hole without it. Hole 7, very difficult hole. It's a 460-foot anti-shot the entire way, plus it is slightly uphill the entire way, and we have a low ceiling. There's a lot of things we have to overcome here. We are gonna go with our Undertaker. Oh, look at that turn. Not a ton of distance, but I am very happy with that tee shot. It's always the worst when you feel like you threw the best drive you could have and you immediately get punished. I know from the camera you guys can see the lane, but from my lie, that is very difficult to hit. And honestly, I'd be happy with a par at this point. We are gonna go with a slight anti-shot with our NB. Get through. Oh my gosh, I think we actually did it. Let's go. We have left ourselves a little bit of work still, especially with this tree and thorn bush in front of us, but hopefully we can knock this one down for a really nice birdie. Hole 8, 285 feet, dead straight tunnel shot, quite a bit downhill. We are gonna full send it with our NB. Keep working. Oh my goodness, we caught a tree. All right, we have a really big putt here. Hopefully we can knock this one down. We could really use a birdie, probably 40 feet for the 2. Nope. Hole 9, we have a 300-foot, way uphill, very tight anti-shot. This course is definitely not getting any easier, but we are gonna go with our Undertaker. That shot was so good. From here on out, the Undertaker is staying in the bag. I was so worried I wasn't gonna hit that gap, and scrambling from the bottom of that hill would have been a nightmare. I am very excited about that. We did end up going a little deep. We've left ourselves probably an 18-foot straddle putt for the 2. Oh, we really needed that pick-me-up, my goodness. Hole 9 break, and today we are gonna talk about a subject that I have touched on in the past, but is currently stirring up a lot in the disc golf community, and that is, should the PDGA make the baskets smaller for the Pro Tour? I'm gonna give you guys a few of the comments said by notable people in the disc golf world, and I want your opinions. Up first, we have the champ himself, Ken Climo, on a recent interview talked about how he feels that the aspect of touch when putting has been taken out of the game, and he feels that the baskets have almost gotten over-engineered with the addition of all the extra chains and the bowls of the baskets getting deeper. This is a very valid point, and I don't want to compare disc golf to regular golf, but touch is so important when putting on the golfing green, and nowadays with disc golf, you can basically throw that disc as hard as you can at the basket, and the chains will stop it. Up next, we have Paul Macbeth. he brought up a very good point that I did not think of, and that is if they go with a smaller basket, they will be provided by the Pro Tour. They can bring them to each event and can pull out the standard baskets and put the Pro Tour style baskets in. And he also seems on board with doing something with the baskets, not necessarily taking away the chains, because he says that those baskets were designed for much different discs, aka frisbees, and now we have disc golf, but we should make them size appropriate for disc golf discs, making them a little smaller. And last but not least, we have Simon Lizotte saying that something should be done with the baskets themselves. He says right now in the sport, putting is too easy, and he also made some very strong comments on how you can't compare golf scores to disc golf scores. And he does have a point, but I think those hot 16 to even 18 down occasionally on courses is not ideal. I don't think that is a good look for the sport. It is definitely an indication that it needs to get a little more difficult. Like every other sport, guys, disc golf has to adapt to stay relevant and to stay in the public eye. This is a very critical time as disc golf seems to be dipping down just a little bit. So I'd love to hear all of your guys' feedback, and I love to hear that the pros are trying to make it more difficult. That is a good sign and a good positive outlook for the sport moving forward. Hole 10, 250 feet. Guys, if the lighting looks different, it's because we had to come back here a following day to try to wrap this video up. The maintenance crew did get the better of us and wrecked a bunch of audio, but we are gonna go with our tossing plastic Envy. We have to force something to the right through this initial gap and let the disc fight back to the left. Hopefully, this is a good birdie to pick up. Hyzer back. Oh, really nice toss. That should be a pretty easy putt, I think. You love to see it. Hole 11, 255 foot tunnel shot. You just want to hold a slight ante the entire way. This is a perfect Envy hole. Oh, it's too far, I think. All right, that'll be a putt. Not really an ace run though. Really nice back-to-back Envy shots. Hole 12, 305 feet, slightly uphill the entire way. There is a dead straight lane, and then there's a big hyzer lane. I'm gonna try to take the dead straight lane because I cannot get a good angle for the hyzer. We are gonna go with our hex. Oh, caught a tree, gonna have a long one. And just like that, guys, it's starting to heat up. It feels absolutely amazing. We have left ourselves about 95 feet for the two. Come on. Oh, a little deep. For the three. I've been having quite a few people ask me, Hunter, why did you go so far south so quick? It's a really simple answer, guys. It's called a t-shirt. They're really nice to wear, and they left the chat up north quite a while ago. So that's why I went south quickly, to enjoy this amazing 70-degree weather. Hole 13, 525 feet. It looks like it's dead straight slash kind of a slight hyzer the whole way. We are gonna full send it with the Corvette and hopefully get up there quite a ways to make a play for the pin. Oh, get down there. Well, we did catch a tree. Hopefully we made it down there far enough. Definitely not the worst landing spot in the world. We still have 173 feet. Downhill, you can go with this tunnel shot or this light hyzer shot. We are gonna go with the light hyzer shot with our Kia. Hook up, just go in the basket. Oh, that was really close. Dang. Still have probably 26 feet for the three. Yes, it makes up for the last par 4 that we totally dropped the ball on. Hole 14, 270 feet, very low ceiling, so we are gonna disc up to the Undertaker because I'm pretty sure that we're gonna need that extra bit of speed to be able to make it that far with that low of a ceiling. Get under it. Oh, just a little bit too high. If you could tell your buddies up there to quit hitting my discs, that'd be amazing. You're kind of making me lose my sanity here, and you know, I'm talking to a tree. I'm talking to a tree. We've left ourselves probably 45 feet for the 2. Oh, found another one. Hole 15, 325 feet, way uphill. It's showing that it is a pretty big hyzer shot, and because of the elevation, we are gonna disc up to our Firestorm. I think that should be pretty good, but like I said, I have no idea where the basket is. We are still like 130 feet away. I have no idea if the T sign's wrong or if that uphill is really that steep, because I threw that Firestorm pretty much as hard as I can, and I laced the fairway. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I am gonna go with a nice Annie shot with our Envy. Oh, keep turning. Oh, way too deep. About 22 feet for the 3. Hole 16, 315 feet, downhill, completely blind. I know you guys can't really see anything, but neither can I. So we are gonna full send it with our hex. Oh, it felt like a good throw. All right, let's go see where we ended up and where the basket is. I am quite shocked that we are this short. We have left ourselves probably a 40-footer downhill for the 2. Nope. Just had a really awesome conversation with the maintenance guys out here, and they gave me this. They found it while they were doing their fall cleanup, and there's no name, no number, no lost and found box. We'll call that a win. I've never thrown a Hawkeye, but maybe we'll give it a shot. Hole 17, 325 feet. You can go with a flip up right down the middle, pretty tricky line, and then you can try to hang one wider, hit that right gap, and let the disc hyzer back in. We are gonna go with our Undertaker. Oh, didn't flip enough. Oh boy, that was really bad. We should be able to get up and down though. Well, after talking with the maintenance guys, I completely forgot where my disc landed. So needless to say, this took quite a while to find. We still have an outside chance at the 2, probably 70 feet way uphill. Come on. Oh, good run. I thought the lean would come in for us there. Rounding off Catalpa Disc Golf Course, we have hole 18, 305 feet. You can go with this very narrow, dead straight flip up line, or you can go with a wide flex sidearm or turnover. We are gonna send it right up the gut with our hex. Get through there. Oh my goodness. That would have been really good without that one branch, but isn't that what we all say? Well, after that unfortunate tree kick, we still have 135 feet, dead straight, slightly uphill. I was really hoping that we'd get a throw in today. We still have one last chance. We're gonna go with our tossing plastic Envy. Oh, I never had a chance, but it'll be an easy putt. For the 3. And that wraps up today's video at Catalpa Disc Golf Course in Richmond, Kentucky. And guys, just like the rest of Kentucky, this place is jaw-droppingly beautiful. The first thing I'm gonna say, guys, is Catalpa was very difficult for me to come up with a rating. It has a lot of different qualities about it that both welcome disc golfers and can deter them. As you saw from the video, there are a ton of trees here, and there are very tricky lines that you have to hit, including a handful of long blind ones. So this is definitely going to be extremely difficult for your first playthrough. The other big thing about Catalpa is rollaways. This place has a ton of rollaway opportunity, some of them stretching hundreds of feet and could even bring you right to the lake. And the last two things, guys, is this place could definitely use some signage from hole to hole. It's very easy to get lost. And two, there is a real hazard here of being hit by another disc golfer's disc. I have played here very minimally with not that many people here, and twice I've had a disc fly within 8 feet of me. From a technical standpoint though, Catalpa can be very beneficial. You really have to commit to each and every one of your throws because it's going to demand that you hit these very tight fairways, but if you do, you are usually rewarded. As far as the aesthetics, guys, obviously you have this beautiful lake, and these trees are very unique. I don't think I've ever been to a disc golf course that had this kind of atmosphere around it. It's very cool and very special. Overall, I'm going to give Catalpa the solid rating of 7.3 out of 10. I think if somebody put a little elbow grease into here, the rating could rise quite a bit, but as of now, unless you're a local or you play it quite a bit, it's going to be a pretty frustrating playthrough, and it's easy to get lost. You're going to hit a million trees, and you're not going to know where to throw off the tee with those handful of blind holes. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.